Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitharvest. Is it a scam or is it legit? Not that hard to determine the answer. You can do so in about 5 minutes. Here's where I started. I came over to Brave Search here and did one search with 2 words, Bitharvest scam. And as you can see, here's the AI overview. This is just one point of evidence. I'll go through it briefly. It's best not to take these things just at face value because they can get a lot of stuff wrong. You've got to go to the sources in the little footnotes here and then go through the actual results. But this is actually about as good as it gets when it comes to these AI summaries. So it just says Bitharvest is widely regarded as a crypto scam with multiple sources indicating it operates as a Ponzi. And they promote this quote-unquote bit booster USB device that's supposed to generate passive income by increasing efficiency of Bitcoin miners by 100 to 300% or something like that somehow, which even that claim on its surface doesn't make sense because it doesn't align with how mining works. They say something like it filters out invalid blocks, as if that makes any sense at all. That's just not how mining works. I'm not going to go into the full explanation here, but just the concept that you could somehow plug something into a Bitcoin miner and make it 100 times more efficient by some computational thing doesn't add up, because really the only ways you can make a miner more efficient would be to cool it down more effectively so it can run faster, it can be overclocked and not burn down, not overheat. And the other way would simply be to add more hashing power, which same thing kind of, or to lower the energy costs. So unless you're doing one of those 3 things, you're not really making a miner more efficient. This is just an obvious scam. And what they're doing here is just taking regular little USB miners and rebranding the things they get off AliExpress or some online marketplace like that, and saying, oh look, this is a special thing that makes miners more efficient. And one of the biggest red flags is the so-called mining rewards aren't generated from any actual mining operations. They're just payouts funded by money from new investors. And I'm sure someone has done the on-chain research to confirm this. I'd be willing to do it myself if someone wants to give me a public address that they sent coins to Bitharvest for. It'd probably be pretty easy to do. And there's a Trustpilot source here. I'll get to that in a minute. But there's even regulatory action against Bitharvest in California. The Department of Financial Protection and Innovation issued a desist and refrain order against the company for offering unqualified securities, which is a clear indicator of fraudulent activity. They're also known as a pyramid scheme in Russia, not regulated by the SEC. The company's leadership has a documented history of involvement in failed multi-level marketing ventures and fraudulent schemes. So that's a pretty red flag right there too. And oh, here's a whole, I didn't see this footnote before. Let's check it out real quick. This looks like it's just somebody's blog. Yeah, he's basically going through the same kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Here's a good little section. Red flags are all there. No customer service or contact number, no verifiable headquarters, no proof of mining operations, no transparency around team members, multi-level marketing style compensation plan. In other words, people get rewarded for referring other people to the scheme. The returns are based on recruitment, not a product, and regulatory action is already taken. What can you do? Stay away. Pretty much that simple. So let's go back. That's enough for the AI summary. Let's just look at some other things. Here's the desist and refrain order. You can read that for yourself if you want. Says this order is necessary in the public interest for the protection of investors. And then scam alert on Facebook, somebody says. There's the California DFPI on X. Here's a Reddit thread talking about how it's a scam on the subreddit anti-MLM. And then, Better Business Bureau is a good one. I've got that right here. They have an F rating with the Better Business Bureau for failure to have a required competency license and the length of time they've been operating. There's 3 alerts. Here's the government action we just went over. And then there's also the fact that they didn't get a necessary license from the Denver Division of Banking, and also the government action filed in California. So that's, is that the same thing? Oh no, it's different, because what the government action in California alleges is that the company is located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which is yet another red flag, and the address used in the company's Colorado Secretary of State business registration is a mailbox. So they don't have an actual physical location, like not even someone's house or apartment. It's just a P.O. box that they got so they could have an address, because you have to have an address to register a business with your state government. So looking pretty bad. Let's go to, where's the Trustpilot thing? Here we go. It's an MLM system incentivizing people to sell to others, or by increasing their quote-unquote mining reward. These 5-star reviews are probably fake, honestly. They're probably created by bots or by, someone in a country like the Philippines that they just paid a small amount of money to write these reviews. Let's see all 109 reviews. It's a scam, clearly. Scam site, absolute scam disguised as crypto mining, and people talk about the returns they get are just a tiny fraction of what they were promised. This is a good long one, but this person goes through all of the red flags, all the warning signs of a pyramid/Ponzi scheme. Again, no company documentation. They launched 2 new things in March of 2025, BitBull and BitFarming, which is a classic Ponzi technique to sort of keep things going. When people start to realize that this one thing is a scam, they do these spin-offs so then they can pull in more people. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what more to say, honestly. There's lots of good sources here. If you use your search engine of choice, this is using Brave Search, and it's got the good AI summary combined with all these sources here. Again, all it took is one search with 2 words, Bitharvest scam, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes of reading, and that was it. I mean, conclude for yourself. Is Bitharvest legitimate, or is it a scam? Is it the next BitConnect? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.